Hi, I'm Rob, and this is going to be a quick fire version of what is normally 3 separate videos. So I want to crack on with my Boxing Day as well. Hope everybody had a really good Christmas day. Right, first things first, let's jump into the Soulforge. But first of all, a really weird thing going on today. Can't remember this happening before, but the weekly Glory Troop Spring Emissary has been here before. This is a troop I've already got. I haven't done anything. As you can see, it says quantity there. I haven't actually bought this. This is a troop I've already got. This is a repeat Glory Troop, and it's actually shiny level 1 at the same time. So no need for me to buy that one there, but check first. And before just automatically going to buy a load of that, because you may already have it. Very weird. Anyway, let's take a turbocharged look at the Soulforge. Just going to go over the main things you should be looking to pick up this week. Let's take a look at the weapons first. I'm going to put a link in the description below to my Soulforge extra video, which has all the weapons that are here all the time. A quick rundown on them. But today I'm not going to go over everything. Just the main ones you want to try and pick up if you can. And the first one is Trickster's Shot. Absolutely fantastic weapon. Absolutely amazing in things like Raid Boss Event and things like that, where it gets harder and harder, where the boss gets more and more armor, and that every single time. Eliminates all armor from an enemy, then deals magic based damage, gain 2 armor boosted by armor eliminated. So it gets more powerful the more you cast it as well. Really, really good. Absolutely essential weapon. If you have the diamonds available, then just get Trickster's Shot. It's absolutely fantastic. All these other ones are kind of good in their own way. Mystic Manuscript, I do really like it. There are other weapons that do a lot of similar things, like the explodey summoning weapons, I call them. This one explodes magic +1 purple gems, grants a random status effect to all mystics, then summons a mystic troop. It does have enchanting as well, which is really good. That means as soon as you cast this, it becomes enchanted and gets ready to do it again quicker than usual. There are a lot of weapons that do the explodey summony thing, but this one just finds its way into so many teams for some reason. But yeah, very, very good indeed. I like it a lot. After the Trickster's Shot, I would absolutely suggest trying to pick up Celestial Flask. Really, really cool weapon. Creates 3 potions of either blue, green, red, yellow or purple. So ideal if your team uses those colours and gains an extra turn. The potions, when you match them with the same colour, create loads more of the same colour, much more than normal, and you can absolutely turbocharge your team's mana charging using Celestial Flask. Really good. And it gains an extra turn. So if you don't get any automatic matches with that cast, you get the extra turn to actually try and make it so. Very good indeed. Like it a lot. So that is the main ones. From there, take a look at them all though. There was a doomed weapon, doomed poignard, but it's not much cop. Magic based damage to the last enemy boosted by green gems. If they have a doom, deal double damage. There's a 3% chance per tempering level to kill the enemy. So without tempering this is really, really low chance of that quick kill. But even on full tempered, like I've got it on +10, we've still got barely a 1 in 3 chance of that making that work. So it's nothing special. Doomed weapon, so don't get too excited about that. And the other one I would consider, which I do use quite a lot as well, is Eruption of Roses. Explodes magic +1 green gems, grants a random status effect to all Fey allies, then summons a Fey troop. And one of the reasons this is really handy as well is it has Tangling as one of its upgrades. So when you cast this, you entangle the top troop, which is really useful versus skull-based teams. Right, now let's jump and have a really quick look at the troops. Nobody utterly essential in the summoning stones. Mythic-wise, Gargantor is very rubbish indeed. That's enough time spent on him. Divinish Bala's a legendary, but certainly worth getting if you don't have her. All divine allies start with 40% mana, which is really cool. Should be 50% now. Like, I think she should be put back in line with the other troops which give the 50% mana start. Like the power creep in the game is caught up to such a degree that Divines don't have the massive advantage they used to have several years ago. And I think she started on 50% once and it got knocked back to 40 because Divines were so powerful at the time. But I think that should be put back to 50 myself. But anyway, transforms red to skulls, green to yellow, and enchants 2 random allies. That is a really good spell. Super effective in so many teams. But legendary, so you may want to wait for her to turn up in chests instead, up to you. Uberstet, very, very good indeed. Very, very powerful, but a bit of a one-cast wonder at the same time. But the spell, when used properly, is insanely powerful. Deals magic +2 damage to the 2 weakest enemies, boosted by all ally and enemy attack. If one of the enemy dies, kill the other one. Just outright. So the idea of this troop is to soften somebody up with somebody else with some skull hits or a high single target damage. Cast Uberstet to get 2 quick kills. The only thing with it is, because you've killed 2 enemies, the boost on the attack is actually lowered, which makes it harder to repeat cast and get the same effect twice. But it is possible. But yeah, Uberstet, not quite the absolute out-and-out powerhouse it used to be, but still very good indeed. But the best mythic here today is probably Scourge of Honor. Magic-based, true damage to all enemies. Gain 2 mana back for each cursed or diseased enemy. The cool thing about that is he has Rat Swarm. Curse and disease a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. So with that curse and disease, you get a few 4 matches and you can cast this and get most of your mana back straight away and get ready to do it again. Really good. If there's one mythic I would have this week, it would be the Scourge of Honor. Now on to the world event. Normally I do a much more detailed overview than this, but just a quick rundown. For this, you're going to be fighting the various battles we get, but Krampus is the troop you want to look out for the most. That gives them most points. That gives 28 points. Theodorovich is the one you want to look out for next. Gives 24 points. Tinseltail here, that's the next one. That's worth 21 points. Nutcracker's worth 18. Tannenbaum 14. And Ragnargord is worth 9. So Krampus, Theodorovich, Tinseltail are the main ones you want to look out for. Let's take a look at the team. Really, really easy team for this is Golden Cog, 2 times Tesla, and Holy St. Astra. Tesla, as a lot of people will know, will deal true scatter damage boosted by all ally and enemy armor. So the harder these stages get, the more power output Tesla does, which is really, really cool. And with the medal from this as well, that power is going to go absolutely through the roof. She's human, and Holy St. Astra gives all human allies a 50% start with mana, as well as a bunch of life and armor, which again increases Tesla's power output. Weapon for this, a Golden Cog, absolutely ideal for this. Give armor to an ally equal to their current armor. So what you're going to do is just cast that on whoever's got the most armor. And if you can cast it on them twice, even better. Because say we cast it on Tesla, who's currently got 104 armor. The first cast, that would be boosted to 208. If you cast it again, that would boost her to 416. And then obviously 832. Absolutely mad. Really good weapon, the Golden Cog. So we'll go with this. The class for this, I'm actually going with Geomancer. Don't have to be human for this, because Geomancer you get a 50% start with mana anyway. As well as that, we get reduced damage from skulls by 50%, which is kind of useful because you want to keep your armor as high as possible, therefore increasing Tesla's damage. We can have Impact, we can have Anti-Magic Spear, Tactician, Rock Solid, get a barrier when matching brown gems, again protecting our armor, keeping the damage high for Tesla, Stone Mastery, and Fortitude. Banner for this, I've gone for +2 red, +1 blue, -1 brown. The only reason we get brown is if it just happens to be there and we want a barrier, or we just get a random drop. But yeah, really easy to use this team. Let's jump in and see how it works a few times. The medals for this, gone for a Medal of Guard, little boost in armor for all troops. You get the Medal of Songs as you get that and evolve it, but you can actually stack the medals. So as you progress through this, if you can put another badge on, or eventually evolve it to a second Medal of Songs, then chuck that on, because that is gonna stack with the damage, which makes it really, really effective. Alright, let's jump back in and do the couple more fights, and we'll crack on and quickly show the Underspire team. Tannenbaum is there again. But really quick and easy team to use this. Come on, give me some good stuff straight away. We're probably going to have enough anyway. When both Teslas are up, the power output is absolutely nuts. If you don't have 2 Teslas, you can pick any troop which gives a boost to armor. Even if it's a second Holy St. Astra. Nothing bad in that. Look at that. I haven't even got to do anything. Nuts. Oh, you got a summon. Bye. And let's just do one more battle and we'll crack on with the Underspire team. Because this is how this team's going to work throughout the whole thing. Really crazy power in this team. Thanks to the mighty Tesla. One of the best troops in the game, mythic or not. Right, now let's just quickly show the team I'm going to use for Underspire. Let me grab my free lantern. Thank you very much, matey boy. And we'll crack on. The Mirrored Queen. The team I'm using for this, again, no mythic, is Eruption of Roses. In the Soulforge at the moment, Queen Titania, King Oberon, and Leprechaun. Pretty cool team this. It's going to be in Hierophant class. Hierophant class, 25% chance to grant a positive status effect to a random ally when my turn begins. Gain 8 life. Cleanse myself on 4 or 5 gem matches. All allies gain 2 life on 4 or 5 gem matches. Firestarter, important for this. Create a firestorm at the start of a battle. Gift of Fire. All red allies gain 1 magic. Firebringer. Gain bonus red from red gem matches. And Fireblade. Deal triple skull damage to burning enemies. That Firestarter being particularly important. But Eruption of Roses, as I said earlier in the Soulforge beginning, really cool weapon. Explodes magic +1 green gems and grants a random status effect to all Fey allies, then summons a Fey troop. But Tangling, one of its upgrades, really handy, and tangles the top troop when you cast this. But Queen Titania, Fairy Fire a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. They receive 50% extra damage from incoming spells when they're Fairy Fired, and because she does damage to all, that means she pretty much automatically hits one of them. Really, really cool. Damage to all enemies, boosted by red enemies and allies, and we have 3 red allies in our team. And if there are 13 or more red gems, gain an extra turn. That's where the Firestorm comes in handy. Firestarter, create a Firestorm at the start of battle. And very nice. And King Oberon, all Fey allies start with 50% mana, which is the team. We are a Fey. Queen Titania is a Fey. King Oberon is obviously a Fey, and so is Leprechaun. The other cool thing about King Oberon as well is it does give life and magic to all allies, and then creates a firestorm and enchants the whole team. So again, a second chance to create that firestorm to let Queen Titania do her stuff. Right, the banner for this. Hellclaw banner, +2 red, +1 purple, -1 brown. And let's just dive into a couple of battles. Gonna do my epic trials later. That'll be a video on its own because that is a bit more detailed, that one, than what is this one here. I don't know what I'm doing all that for. I don't really need to. It's just exaggerating because all these are verified, but don't need it. Going to get plenty of damage. Just sort of daydreaming then and talking away. Not thinking about what I was doing. Too much Christmas grog. Well, not that much. Right, we'll grab that anyway to get the Fairy Fire effect. Really handy if you're a newer player. And here we go. That damage, the boost is 20. That'd be like 84 damage to all enemies. So this is going to take you a long way through the Underspire just with a single cast of Queen Titania if you've got a lot of power with her. And even if you haven't, that boost is really handy. She will do plenty of damage. And this is still with the World Event medals on, by the way, which is something you don't want to do. You're going to swap out those World Event medals for nicer medals if you can. Get a boost up in power. There you go. She's ready instantly. And she wipes out everybody in a single cast. Let's just do 1 or 2 more and that will be it. So grab these because they're there. Important if you're a newer player to the game to collect these 4 matches. Make sure you get that Fairy Fire on the enemy. 50% extra damage. If you're not doing a lot of damage in the first place, really makes a huge difference. Right, and I think that will do. The Underspire team is very simple and straightforward to use. I'll be back later on with my epic trials video. Right, the event today is a faction assault in the Sunken Fleet. I'm probably not going to do a video for this, and the reason is there's not really a need to. If you go to my page, just type in faction assault Sunken Fleet, and you'll come up with previous videos of exactly the same thing. So just roll with that and pick one of those teams from there. I hope everybody's having a really good Christmas holiday break, and I'll catch you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.